a Lancelot especially, Yudu Red Giants, they're playing with fire.
Yeah, I mean, you even mentioned, right, behind the scenes when we were looking at the drafts, you even said that he is a generational talent?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means it's a talent that you don't find a lot. It's a very rare kind of talent, and RSGPH, they've finally been able to find another. They had Demon Kite already, now they got Irad, and we've been seeing him in MPLPH. We've seen how special this kid really is, pulling off some crazy Lancelot plays, just like that.
Oh, okay. It's going to be a very interesting showdown here between RSG and Yudu Red Giants here for the first game. And what I find very interesting is how aggressive Light is on the show. That is his signature, right?
Yeah, Light's always been the aggressor. He's always looking for proactive moves, and we actually also called the Yuzong. Very early on in the draft, we said, you know, these Chad XP laners from the Philippines, they really like to go for the Yuzong, and we're seeing it here. Irad, whoa, very aggressive, gonna get stunned up, jumps in with the Thorn Rose, and defensive execution to the back, picks up first blood, and that's the lethal Lancelot we were mentioning.
I mean, it's only been 1 minute, right? It's only been 1 minute, and you can already see what Irad is made of. Already at 1-0-0, even with the Demon Slayer emblem, even before his items are even developed. And at this point, it looks like he is winning it out on the rotations. But looking at Sekis, he's not that far behind RSG, though, putting a lot of pressure onto this Claude in the bottom lane.
Good pressure. This is really good. One of the best things for the Claude, as you know, the reasons as to why you want to go for the Claude is the fact that you are probably the best pick for a weak side laner to just farm up. If you get bullied this hard by already a bully laner in a Beatrix that snowballs pretty fast, it's going to be dangerous. More engage. Black Dragon formed by Nats as well. Sek is going to be petrified right now as he jumps in. Retreat battle. Irad jumps in with a phantom execution with a puncture as well. The Thorn Rose picks up a kill. Defensive way of the dragon by Zach Cutesy as Light tries his best to get into range.
Okay, and you can already see the impact of the pressure coming in from RSG Philippines onto the members of Yudu Red Giants. Already a 1,300 gold lead here in the first 2 minutes of the game. And like you mentioned, right, it is going to be a little bit of a... Whoa, wait a minute. Man, Irad, stop!
No.
Give Sekis some room to breathe.
I mean, then it wouldn't really be fun for his team there. Oh, Retri, he still got it with a little bit of DOT on the bloody retribution, but Light has to fall there.
He's flexing at this point, right?
Yeah.
He's flexing. And honestly, with the amount of pressure that the Martis can have in the early game, losing your roamer that way, I don't really think that that's a bad trade for RSGPH right now.
No, not at all. Especially considering Yudu Red Giants, the reason they go for the Martis is to, again, try to outfarm the Lancelot. Try to put some pressure on the map. Light dying, no problem. It's a Cho anyways. He's going for a play here. Just jumps into the Jikundo. Doesn't want to commit any more resources to it.
Yeah, as of yet, right, even Sek is 2 levels below of Irad. So, like you mentioned, already you can see that the idea of Yudu Red Giants to snowball from that early game is severely lacking. They're going to rely heavily on this on the bottom lane.
Well, Super Red, beautiful BMI to the back, good clear, and Mando. Look at how low he's been able to get that turret down, just constantly shoving, not giving Super Red any space to play. An early BOD, wow. 3 minutes in.
That's quick. That's super quick. And you can even see how far ahead he is, right, in terms of that EXP lead. Super Red 1 level behind already as Irad once again goes for an aggressive engage in the mid lane, just zoning, just trying to prevent this Valentina from popping off as well. But what's going on here in the top lane?
Oh, phantom execution, Retreat, and a Thorn Rose. That's what's happening. A killing spree for Irad.
I mean, we gotta talk about this, right? Oh, wait. They're all going for the turtle now. The objective gaming is real, but is this wise?
Yeah, I think it's not the wisest move, but for Red Giants, it's the best move they could take. They know that the XP has been slain. They know Irad's up top and use Retri, so go for a trade, and it's honestly in favor of Yudu Red Giants.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, wait.
Light, Wave the Dragon, locking him down as well. Good pick off with the Vengeance by Pancake.
All right, now the Yudu Red Giants, they're really picking up these trades, and it was really smart, right? They saw that Irad was in the top lane, and so they go for the Retribution onto the Turtle, realizing that if they go for a 1v1 in that Retribution battle, seeing as he's 2 levels behind of Irad, it's not going to be something that they can go for. And what I really wanted to touch on was this Guinevere pick for the EXP laner of Yudu Red Giants. Very interesting. Against the Yuzong, who's supposed to win that trade?
should still be the Yuzong, and that's why you're seeing just no pressure at all from Gorgeous. I think they're really banking on the fact that they get mid-game power spike. I really thought the Arlet also does pretty bad in lane against the Yuzong, so maybe that's why they give the Guinevere open. For the all-ins, the Guinevere could definitely have a little bit more to say compared to the Arlet, as the versus crazy cancels going on in the mid lane. RWM also committed, but that's an RWM responded over. ZachQT forced to flicker out, but Aqua is hunting them down. This is a signature pick as well, by the way. Remember?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful cover by Aqua as well, right? I mean, that would have been a really good pick onto Irad if not for the Yves themselves. 2,000 gold rate already here in the first 6 minutes of the game, and it was cool to see the Guinevere once again. I mean, we saw it only once before, but him using it as the last pick hasn't really worked out for the Udu Red Giants.
No, last time we saw it was a jungle pick, right? No, Light flickering out to safety. A good final slash there to disengage, but back to the point, was in jungle yesterday. The Guinevere by CFU.
We'll see now. Both of these teams already centering their focus. Pancake, getting petrified.
Good petrify. Pancake just bursted down. Good combo as well from the Bennett's Rage. And now it's just Nats doing a job. Black Dragon form zoning Sekis away, who's just going to be forced on that purple, but Irad didn't use Retry. He's going to go for another good secure by Sekis. That could have been a disaster for this jungle, but Udu Red Giants, they make the best of what they have been given.
I mean, at this point, right, RSG, they're already snowballing out of control. They don't have pressure, and they're going for the mid lane again?
Oh, RWM just stands there. ZachQT takes it like a Chad, but ends up dying. Sekis as well in the midst of it all right now. Gets out with the Mortal Coil. Violet Requiem chaining Irad and Aqua, and asking for the Thorn Rose. He won't be able to escape. It's a shutdown, but Pancake, the roamer, takes it in. Light, though, now with Way of the Dragon. Bennett's Rage popped in. That's Gorgeous, who just disappears from the map. Pancake as well gunned down. Good conceal to get out.
No way. Trades after trades, but still in favor of RSG. It looks like Light, even Amon already has that damage already. I'm quite curious as to what items he has already built in his kit here in the early stage of the game. And once again, RSG with the quicker rotations, putting pressure in the top lane, looking for more objectives on the board.
That's a lot of damage from Iman. I really, really want to see his items right now. It's actually just pretty disgusting.
Oh, there you go. These are the
Malefic
items.
Roar?
Already?
Pretty fast.
That's BOD Malefic Roar. A lot of damage, a lot of penetration as well. Earlier on, even before. All right, okay, I guess the Claude has the steel leg plates, right? So the warranted Malefic Roar does make sense, but that's a really early call. And the thing that you can say here, even though it feels like RSG is leading quite a bit. Whoa, Lights!
Rage. Oh, good cancel with the final slash. Good disengage, but Pancake just dashes into the Nibiru's Passion. Black Dragon form from Nats getting out. The Violet Requiem there, still held off. Gorgeous doesn't want to commit to this losing fight for Udu Red Giant. They will disengage under the turret when their RWM comes down. Iman with a good snipe in, threading the needle, finding ZachQT in the midst, and even the tier 2 falls.
Amon's playing out of his mind, right? That ability to sniff out where the Guinevere was going to jump in with her ultimate, being able to flicker out before it even lands, was a beautiful play by him. And now they are going to be free to get this Lord, seeing as they are one member down from the side of Udu Red Giants. Sekis doesn't really have much of a say with how he's being zoned away by Light.
It's interesting to see the fact that RSGPH Irad, he's so far up ahead. He is right now 2.6k ahead of Sekis. And he's still
3 levels.
Yeah, 3 levels as well. But he still goes for defensive items. He goes for the War Axe, Thunderbelt, and then the Sky Guardian Helmet. I would expect him to just go for the Endless Battle a bit earlier instead of the Sky Guardian Helmet. But it shows you how much respect he has for Udu Red Giants, who are still able to defend.
Yeah, I was about to say, right? I think that's respect at this point. I mean, things could still change at this point of the game. We're still 10 minutes in. Nats here, putting some pressure, zoning out the members of the Udu Red Giants as RSG take all of the second-tier turrets away from RG. 7,000 gold lead already here in the 10th minute of the game, but they still need to be careful, right? I understand a 7,000 gold lead at this point is insane, but look at Super Red, right? Despite being at that much deficit in terms of the economy, he is still looking for the plays on the board, still being able to get the farm. And initially, I think he was 1 or 2 levels behind of Iman, but he's actually caught up.
And they need him to. Super Red, the reason he was given the Claude, again, was to play that weak side, to get farmed up towards that mid-game. Well, at this point, they can't really play for mid-game. For late-game, team fighting is what they need to do, but Light doesn't want to let that happen. But it's Rage not connecting. The way the Dragon knocks Zacuity out, and right now it's going to be the engage. But the winner from Iman very early on, able to escape, but a Decimation finds him in the back. Aqua going to get gunned down by the Blazing Duet under the turret, but Super Red is forced back. Finally completes the Corrosion side, as Nats is now going to be the target. He might fall, but he has the Furious Dive to dash through the wall. Gorgeous and Sekis hunting him down under the tier 1. One more Decimation, but he does not have it. Nats with the Petrify.
Oh my God.
Perhaps, but no! The Decimation comes through. It's still a kill over. Irad clearing out the mid lane, and Yudu Red Giants, they find a way back into the game.
That's what I was afraid of, right? That power spike that they are able to get here in the mid game, right? Super Red, like you mentioned, already with the Corrosion Scythe as well. So the damage, the attack speed, it's coming through for them. And let's not mention Sekis, right? He was a huge factor, but Light goes in and tries to stay no.
Yeah. Can go for the Mortal Coil. You can anti-CC a few things, but you will still take damage, and he took a lot of damage. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to see the items again, because I saw Iman pick up a very, very weird item. Winter Truncheon! He used it in the last team fight. I was so confused. Winter Truncheon, 3rd item.
Wow.
As a defensive. Just
wow.
So that he can actually evade from the Viola Requiem, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, right? That's respect, because at any time of the game, especially when the Guinevere gets more items, and she already has the Divine Glaive already, right? So that's more magic penetration. There's a lot of magic damage as well coming in from the other items. And you know, Guinevere can one-shot you in the end. And if you are the only person that's building damage, because like you mentioned, Irad went for more defensive, then the team relies on Iman. If he dies, and that's it for the team fight.
Iman never fails to surprise me with his crazy itemization. Every single time. One of the smartest itemizations from a gold laner. But right now, RSGPH, they're just taking the discipline route. They have the gold lead still. It was 7k, now down to 5k, but it's still a 2-level lead given to Irad here. Hans Claw's finally built. He has more sustains. The Black Dragon form gets popped in. Sex with the Mortal Coil, but the burst is too much to handle. RSG make quick work of the Lord. This time it is the enhanced one, Luminous. And it should be RSG playing it slow once again, unless Light wants to go for something. Final slash onto Irad. Iman with the Meteor's Passion, but now the gun down comes through. Immortality being popped, but the Decimation onto the back line is there. That's with the cover. Meanwhile, the back, Irad once again dealing a lot of damage. Doesn't have the puncture anymore, and he should fall. It's a shutdown. Winter Truncheon by Iman, but he gets knocked up. Not about Requiem, but Iman with a flicker back. He positions himself very well with a Blazing Duet now from Super Red as he marches forward to pick up the 3rd kill, and he equalizes in this team fight.
Yeah, that's a 3-for-3 trade. It would have been in favor of Yudu Red Giants, but you can see that Irad says otherwise, and so did Nats, right? An initial 6,000 gold lead for RSGPH has now shrunk to only 3.8k. They do and will be able to get that Lord in the mid side, so even though Yudu Red Giants level it out in terms of kills, they do still have the objective in the bag, and it looks like, come on, Nats, they're on the way.
Good shot onto Super Red, good BMI as well to the back. Nats does not have the Petrifying, and it will just be Yudu Red Giants who actually finds better value with the Lord that was taken by RSGPH.
Yeah, let's take a look at what exactly happened before that, right? Because initially it felt like RSG were in control of the team fight, but look at Sekis' positioning and how he's able to target it really perfectly. Unfortunately, because Sekis was too busy trying to go for the backline of the side of RSGPH, you can see Irad going crazy in the backline of Yudu Red Giants, but look how free Super Red was with the Blazing Duet, just dealing that damage. And this is what I was worried about, right? Even if RSG Philippines control the early game, if and only if the Claude can stabilize that lead, get the items that he requires, then he's still that factor that RSG Philippines need to take out first.
Now it gets really tough, Eternate. It gets really scary if you're an RSGPH fan, because Super Red has hit that item power spike, full items, even more gold now than the Beatrix. So Iman's early lead has completely been, eradicated. Funny because Irad's on RSG. Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Oh, that's very generous. Yeah, even LaFell doesn't agree. Yeah, no, I think that was more
nice.
yeah, you are very nice. That was more of a 3,
mean,
but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, LaFell is pretty mean. That's why he's not a good roamer. Anyways, back into the game here. It seems like they're still going. They still have more map pressure despite Yudu Red Giants finding the power spike here in the 15th minute.
Because you got to think about this, right? I mean, even if RSG Philippines want to go for an engage, right? Yudu Red Giants has a lot of combos to work with, right? Gojes, you can still use Gojes in order to go for it. But the problem is, I feel like the Guinevere still needs setup. But that's exactly what you can get from Pancake. So, like, Aman himself needs to think about a lot of factors, and that's when vision becomes really, really important. They need to know where Pancake is. They need to know where this Guinevere is. And on top of that, depending on how Zach QT plays the Valentina, there is still a possibility that they can also utilize that combo for their favor in these team fights. And that's why these team fights perhaps always kind of fall in favor of Yudu Red Giants.
Because the composition was built to team fight. So much AoE, but when the pickoffs happen like this, it's not really going to be good for Red Giants. They lose their roamer. The 16th minute, just as the Lord spawns, Irad wants to keep going. Super Red dealing a lot of damage onto Nats. Wow. 60% of his HP just taken out. He does still have the regen, and he's a Yuzong, so it should still be fine for him, especially the fact that he has an Oracle. But this one-man advantage is going to be massive for RSG.
You can already see the setup here coming from Irad. Already focusing. Look at Gojes, right? This is going to be very scary. I hope they know. I hope they understand where he is. But he opens up with that Black Dragon form.
Good zoning onto Sekis with Light as well. Aqua finds the Lord as Gojes now is forced to run away. Rad jumping to the back with another puncture. Unable to connect on a target, so that will not be reset. It's Sekis. Nice. Secure on the orange buff.
Luckily, right? Being able to get what you can is, at this point, really important. That Lord is already marching there in the mid-side for RSGPH, and they are trying to make sure that all these three lanes crash at the same time to get the most out of it. I'm worried about the high ground for the Yudu Red Giants when it comes to the defense, because unless they do have a spot onto Aqua, there's not really much that they can do.
Irad, okay, jumping all the way, just making a big U-turn there with the minions as the second base turret down below falls. It's a good snipe back onto Pancake, just providing some poke as RSGPH look to take it slow.
Oh,
Super Red with the BMI forward. What? Irad now jumping back in. Run Nature going to be bought by Super Red, but Light might want to go for the jump here. He has the Jikundo, forces Super Red back to that, finds it in the back. It's going to be a kill onto Super Red as Irad now buys the winner, buys the time, dodges away from the Thorn with the Thorn Rose. But it's not going to be enough for RSG to end the game. Very uncharacteristic from Super Red.
Yeah, but they get two in favor of that, right? So, yeah, Super Red does get taken down. That was, I don't know, an overcommitment, a misclick. I don't like saying misclicks because they're pro players. But at the end of the day, Yudu Red Giants gets Nats plus Irad. Is that an equal trade, or is it still in favor of Yudu Red Giants?
I would say it's actually still in favor of RSGPH because sure, it's 2-1, but they did get 3 base turrets, and you know, heroes can respawn. Objectives, they're not really gonna respawn.
Luckily, it's still the 18th minute, right? Because you know, later on, those kinds of trades are going to be detrimental to how this game actually ends.
You're right.
Especially with the respawn timers coming through, and man, Guinevere is also already full build, and it's scary, right? Iman has to be very careful in her positioning.
And you know what's crazy?
The Guinevere didn't go for like a semi-tank build. Usually we
No,
see Guinevere's
full damage.
Full damage.
Calamity, Holy Crystal, Divine Glaive,
It's a
just
burst.
everything.
Literally, even penetration, Genius 1 and Divine Glaive. So
Yeah.
he really understands that, you know, there's a lot of tanky members on the side of RSGPH. I'm going to deal true damage to them. Not just Divine Glaive. Divine
No.
Glaive and Genius 1, because he's a genius.
Ooh,
And he has a wand.
okay. Yeah, he does. But I find it interesting, right? Because why would you need that much penetration when the only person who made magic defense is Light?
He just likes penetration,
All
right?
right, man. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, no.
I can't argue with that.
Seriously, it's all about just because of the rose gold. It's also very good, but wow, Light finds a random pickup
What?
again. You don't usually see that. Oh, Gojes in the back with the Battle Requiem. Iman has the rose gold, and that's why he was able to survive. Just as I called it, literally before the fight. Divine Glaive and Genius 1 is to penetrate that rose gold. And man, it did. Even though Iman got the rose gold, he still had to rely on his immortality to survive that one.
Luckily he did, right? And now with that being said, with 2 members on the side of Yudu Red Giants taken off the board, RSG going to be very comfortable in getting this next neutral objective in that Lord here in the 19th minute of the game. And still the map is blue. They still have control over the map, the pressure all over the map. And Amon now with the Wind of Nature as well. And it makes sense. Gojas is still not up yet.
Oh, light again. He's looking for it. Dumps in. Oh, good winner from Sai. Iman gets brought back with the final slash, but he's still able to dodge away. Red Giants didn't capitalize on a caught, isolated Iman. They instead wanted to go for a light, and this might just be it.
Okay, with the waves crashing in here in the bottom and those side lanes, this might be looking like the last stand for the Red Giants.
Nats again with a Black Dragon form, just going in. Petrify ready, but he does not use it. Super in the back, jumping in. Iman is going to be taken down by Gojas. The base wide open. Irad targeting it down, but will he be able to do it? Yes, he will. RSGPH starts strong with game number 1.